להבין מאמרז בחולין באלף טס דף סמ"ך בייס רבי שמעון ben Pazi Rami. To understand what Rashi just said in Gemara Chulin, Rabbi Shimon, the son of Pazi, said, he brought a contradiction, Sivayas Chulu, that he made to luminaries, Haviu like a parachulu. It says that Hashem says, bring for me an atonement that I made the moon smaller. I'm B'zor Chile Gimel. So if Pashta Sachrit, Afayin Tes, Umar Beis, Alai Vadai Chulul, it says over there, upon me, specifically, certainly, why upon me? Have you Alai Kapara? Mimalo Chulul, just like it says that the Seraphim are above him. Meaning to say, from that level of beyond and above. That's where you're bringing the Korban of Rosh Chodesh. I begin kach hay korbana hu leila chulu, until where it says there in Zohar Achrei that for this reason this korban is above and exalted. Leila valda hiviu alaika paradaika mila ad kanashono. That's why upon me, that word is specifically that word is exact. Alaika para, an atonement upon me, above me. And in Zohar Chayesara, on the verse that the king is worked by the field, is subservient to the field. There are times when the king is the servant to the field, just like the concept of the maidservant. The pasuk that the maidservant inherits Gvirta, she inherits the matron. And for this is the korban, the goat of Rosh Chodesh. So what's that concept? So it is basically a concept of a secondary idea that subsumes the major idea. So I guess that's the concept of the Shiur de Rosh Chodesh. Somehow. So if you have two luminaries, and the second one is the main one. The moon is connected to Yisrael, and the sun is connected to Umos, and the Shivcha, the sun, so to speak, is the one who's ruling instead of the Gvirta, instead of the moon, because the moon is connected to Yisrael. So that's, you have to bring a kapara for that. That's the Shiur of Rosh Chodesh. L'chora, that's the kavanah. Now, in the concept of that the Elokim made the two the two great luminaries, Perish B'zor Chilek Aleph Berashit Daf Chaf Amar Aleph, Shma Shlim Kechada, that it says in Zohar Berashit that it's a complete name as one. Havai Elokim Chulu. Havai Elokim are the two names, the two great luminaries, Mem Tzadik Pei Tzadik, Mem Tzadik Pei Tzadik Chulu. That's the two. So if you spell Elokim with Nikud Havaya with Nikud Elokim, then there would be two Shem Havayas, one after the other, and therefore I guess that's why you would have the Atbash twice of Mem Tzadik Pei Tzadik. Because of Migdash Melech, so the that's not just guessing, but let's see what the Migdash Melech says. He says, that the concept of Mem Tzadik Pei Tzadik, the Atbash of Shem Havaya, is a in-between concept between Shem Havaya to the name Elokim. Is Beis Peos to Arich Anpin, and so it's the two Peos. So if Arich Anpin, you have all the different Tikkunei Dik, not the different parts of the beard. Havaya kel rachum echan. And the two Havayas are going to be the two payos, the two payas of the beard. But he says that it actually is the mem tzadik pei tzadik that goes down and is the conduit, and as is known in the kavanos, that you have this atbash connected the different tikkunei dikna of the different Yud Gimel Midos Rachmim. Shemehem shorosh l'zun, and these are it's the shorosh for zun nukfa from these two payos, as is known in the kavanos as well. So if we're saying that it's two Shem Havayas, that's what the Zohar brings. So how do you say Havaya Elokim? Because it doesn't say a second Shem Havaya with Nikud Elokim. It's actually Vayas Havaya Elokim is Shnei Amoros HaGadolim. It uses the actual name Elokim. L'besof Amar HaGadolim this Reviu Bishma Da. And then it says in the end there, in the Zohar, these great luminaries that were greatened with this name. What does it mean, Hagedolim? This review b'shmada, that they were greatened with this name. Kada ben tzadik pei tzadik, that they were both greatened with the atbash. Mashmash ein nekraim gedolim ela kishiyon ki mishnei peos tarich anpin. So it implies that that's when they're great, when they're nurturing both of them from these two peos of arich anpin sha'az nekraim shneim mem tzadik pei tzadik. That both of them are called this name. Vayin sham ashtiritz. Look what it says. It gives an answer over there in the Zohar. So he doesn't bring the answer here. But in Sefer Hadras Melech, it says that the root of the concept of the payos, they come from Gvura Vatik, Hamalubish b'mochas timo, which is enclosed as is known in mochas timo, and Nikra Elokim, which is called Elokim. So the concept of Elokim then is also part of the process of bringing down the payos of the two names in Apash. Ad ve'in b'neim hefresh ela shezumi yamin v'zumi small ad kan l'shonim. To the point where it says that there's no difference between them, only that this one is on the right and this one is on the left. Meaning to say the two payos are the same. And that's the language of the Eitz Chaim that the Sefer Hadras Melech brings. So it's directly from then the Rechav and the Arizal that the two payos are as one. They have the same concept. So if you have the two Me'oros, you're going to have the same concept, even though it says Havaya Elokim Sham Tuchen Divrei HaMikdash Melech Anal. And that's where the Mikdash Melech gets his source from, about how the two names correspond with Mem Tzadik Pei Tzadik, because they're Melubish and Shem Elokim, because both the payos are from Gvura Vatik. That Mochas Timo is the name Elokim, and the two Gvuros come from Atik, Gvura Vatik. One is on the right side of Gvura Vatik L'chora, and the other one is on the left. And to explain this concept, we can say, Al pi ma shekazub Torah or Parshas Ve'era, b'dibur ha'maschil v'daber Elokim chulu, inyan shnei shemos elu, Havaya Elokim chulu. So let's explain this concept of Havaya Elokim according to what it says in Torah or Ve'era, on the verse, and Elokim spoke, and it explains the two names. Malchuscha chulu, your kingship. Ziv ha'ara chulu is only a glimmer. Malchus is only a glimmer. Kishemesh ha'magin chulu, because the concept of Havaya and Elokim is the sun in its sheath. Mine his chalkus ha'chayos chulu, and the concept of the division of the life force downwards. Yanikar b'shem Elokim. That's what the name Elokim does. Lashon rabim chulu, because it's plural, so it divides the flow. Tainu b'chinas osios, which is the concept of letters. Mashen kin havaya nikra echad, which is not the case with the Shem havaya, which is called oneness, one, havaya echad. It's in the singular, as opposed to Elokim, the plural. So it's before the concept of the division, before it comes to the flow, in the concept of revelation in the city of our Elokeinu. Until where it says, and now I want that I am havaya, and I will also be for you an Elokim. That not only that havaya itself will be the source for everything, will be the to be for you an Elokim. Ashura aleichem, to rest upon you, that to reveal that into the multiplicity, you reveal the oneness. And that was the intention of Yaakov. That's the end of the quote from the Torah or Va'ira, about the concept of Havaya Elokim. And the intention is ki kishem Havaya inu nimshach lamata ela yidei shem Elokim, that when the name Havaya is not drawn down, unless it's through the name Elokim, specifically through the name Elokim, shubichinas ha'osios v'akelim, which are the concept of the letters and the vessels. Hine shem Elokim hu mechaser mastir al shem Havaya. So the name Elokim hides and covers the name Havaya liyos ha'olam nirav yesh v'davar nifrad b'fnei atzmo, that the world should seem to be separate and an existence for itself. Ikamosh kazu b'Torah or Parsha vayetzi sofati b'ramaschel v'shavti b'shalom, like it says in Torah or vayetzi v'shavti b'shalom and yinkishim mishom magin Havaya Elokim. But the concept of the sun and its sheath is Havaya Elokim shekamosh hamagin hu nartek la'Hashem, that just like the shield is a sheath for the sun, mechaser mastir al Hashem, and covers and hides the light of the sun. Kamokein Shem Elokim, so to the name Elokim hu nartek l'Shem Havaya is a similar concept to the name Havaya. Mechaser mastir alav, to hide and cover it. Dios nivraim b'alei gvul, that the creation should be in a state of affinity and boundary, v'nifradim v'fnei atzman, to exist on their own. Mash enkin Shem Havaya, which is not the case with the name Havaya, b'chinas hamshachas or Havaya l'Moshe, which is the flow of the light of Hashem to Moshe, Adkan Dvar of Hashem. That's the end of his words there. So this case, if this concept then, that Havaya itself should be the Elokim, that is, that it's coming not through the name Elokim, not through the shield and the sheath, that hides and covers. Nonetheless, it's still called Elokim, this flow. Havaya will be for me an Elokim, meaning to say that it's not coming through the Shem Havaya, Shem Elokim, but we're still calling it an Elokim, that Havaya will be for me an Elokim. That's the expression of it. So you can have two names, Mem Tzadik, Pei Tzadik, he's hinting to L'chora. And the second one, it corresponds with Elokim, Vayasav Elokim L'Shnei Oros, even though the second one is Mem Tzadik, Pei Tzadik also. So let's see how he says it. We must say that's the concept of the vessels of the 10 spheros of Zir Anpin, Datzilus, V'Shem Havaya Atzmo, Hu Ha'oros Tesser Spheros. So this is the concept of the vessels of the 10 spheros of Zah, and Shem Havaya itself is the lights of the 10 spheros of Zah. And since the 10 spheros of Zah are called the brilliant glass, the glass that you can see through, Shina Kilim must, like a magnifying glass, magnifying glass, Shina Kilim Mastirim Klal, Al Ha'or. That means to say that the vessels don't hide it all on the light, because it's like clear glass, so to speak. That's what it's called, the 10 spheros, the language of bright, shining lights, because they're shining and not hidden. Alkin Nikra. Therefore, they're called Bechinas Zu Va'isi Lachem Le'Elokim. That is why it says, I'm going to be for you the Elokim. That the Kalim are not hiding the light at all. Therefore, Shem Havaya the brilliance is coming straight through, and therefore it's like the Havaya is also the Elokim. That's the Aspaklaria Meira. Which is not the case when the flow comes through the name Elokim of Malchus of Atzilus, which is called the glass that does not shine. How much more so if it's coming through through the curtain. It's called that's a hiding canal, and that's called the shield and the sheath. And to explain this concept, you have an ode. You can understand further. What it's explained in the Maamar, when you come to the land that you will dwell, binyan Perash Havaya Elokeinu, that we say in the She'omrim B'Kriyas Shema, we say Havaya Elokeinu Havaya Echad. Havaya Hu Haya Hu V'yeh. So what's Havaya Elokeinu? Havaya is the past, present, and future tense. Hu Atzmo Yizbarech, Hu Elokeinu. He himself is our Elokeinu. Pirish Melashon Ves Elei Haaretz Lakach. So Elokeinu meaning our strength, just like the verse that he took the strong ones of the land. B'Yechezkel Simin Yud Zayin Yud Gimel Shepirushu Balei HaKoach V'Chein Pirish Elokeinu Hainu Chayus V'Koach Shel Neshamas Yisrael. So too Elokeinu is our strength and our life of the souls of Israel, whom Shem Havaya, that comes from Shem Havaya, Havaya Elokeinu. Ma'amash Kumash Kos Am Karova, like it says, his close nation. Ma'ashe'en Kin HaOlamos which is not the case of the worlds, that their life force comes from the concept of Malchus, not is direct. It comes through the curtain. Like it says, your kingship is the kingship of all worlds, that their highest comes through the concept of Malchus, and the strength is direct from Shem Havaya. Because the Havaya is Elokeinu. Look what it says over there. Begeros Kodesh Achuva, Perek Daled, V'ayin Bezorah Chelik Beis Mishpatim, Tzadik Vav, Amar Aleph, Beperush Ramaz, Reish Parshas Azinu, Al Pasuk Chelik Havaya Amo. That it says, the Ramaz explains this similar idea and the concept of that the portion of Havaya is his nation, like we're saying Havaya Elokeinu. Val Piak Tamus Elu, and according to these prefaces, Yesh Levar Mashakos Bezorah Chelik Aleph Beishas Tav Chaf Amar Aleph. Now we can explain the concept of what it says in Zohar Beishis. Beperush Neham Oros Hagadolim, with the two great luminaries, Bekad Mesa, Bechibura Chada. At first they were in one union. Razadash Mashlim. This is the secret of a complete name. Kechada as one. Havaya Elokim Chulu. Perish Bechinas Malchus Shem Elokim Lo Haya Az Bechinas Magin Venarte. Hamachas Master Shem Havaya. That is to say that the concept of Malchus, which is the name Elokim, did not cover. It was not the shield or the sheath that covered over the name Havaya. Kim Adraba. But exactly the opposite. It was the conduit through which Shem Havaya shined. It was the aspect a clear view of the light. Like we explained before in the verse, and it will be for you an Elokim. There's, like it says in Pardes, about the lessening of the moon, B'Shem Sefer Miras Einaim. And the name of the book, Miras Einaim, Shekodem HaMirat Hayam Malchus, Chinas Aspaklaria Mira, that it says there that before it became small, the concept of Malchus, corresponding with the moon, was a bright light. It wasn't a reflective light like a mirror, which is Aspaklaria Delanahara, but Aspaklaria Mira is a clear glass, a magnifying glass, to shine brightly the light, that it should come straight through. You can see what's beyond.